What if there was a vibrant, diverse America, curious about itself, one in which love meant more than politics, race, or money?
Ride with us and discover love in America.
Bidding farewell to the Quad Cities, we must make it to Terre Haute, Indiana quickly for a working stopover en route to the stories awaiting us in Lexington, Kentucky.
But first, coffee.
We have to get there in a hurry and
Yeah.
do something that we absolutely love.
No,
to do.
loathe. I think
Yes.
it was loathe.
So we're going to be taking you on the interstate for just a little bit. Yeah, that's a good look.
Uh-huh.
But at least it's another chance to ride together. And even the frenzy of the interstate has its stories to tell.
The U.S. interstate highway system is one of the greatest public works projects in history. Eisenhower considered it one of the greatest achievements of his presidency. And it sucks. The interstate makes speed the entire point of travel, driving a focus on being there into a manic urge to simply get there. On kinder roads, we hear the stories, smell the fields, and see the farmers' markets, taking time for powwows, street music, and pig races at county fairs. But today, we must ride the interstate, taking note of all the things we know we're missing down its turnoffs, adventures for another time. We promise ourselves a return to the stories down those other roads as the mile markers fly past, unheralded, postcards from the us of a later, slower time to the speedsters simply getting there today. Dear us, seeing life in America again together today. Having a great time. Wish we were here.
And that's as much freeway as the bikes can handle without a snack. Besides, the Good Luck Otter needs adjustment, giving us a few moments to welcome our first new friend of the day, Archie Bunker. Yes, really.
We raise miniature horses,
Oh, cool.
and we take miniature horses to parades.
What's the closest town to you?
Morgantown.
Yeah, what's the best thing there? What do you love about there?
Me.
Yeah, you?
Then the map chimes in again.
The good news is we're close.
Okay. That's good news. What's the bad
I
news?
was waiting for you to ask. We're going to get back on the interstate.
Oh, it's not the worst thing. The weather is perfect and the interstate is clear and fast, if not especially relaxing.
It is tough to wind down after a freeway run, though, so we take advantage of the remaining energy before the inevitable weariness sets in.
I'm tired. Shaken, not stirred.
While the post-ride coffee leads us to an unexpected love story with Indiana novelist Emily McGill.
You have a background, kind of a story here.
Yeah, my husband and I actually met him in the drive-thru, and we just struck up a friendship, and 6 months later we got married at the Starbucks.
That's wonderful. So when we came across you, you were sitting at the table with all your research laid out, and I was trying to offer some encouragement because we've met a lot of people studying in Starbucks before, offer some encouragement, say it's going to be so worth it, and that's when we found out you weren't studying for a degree, you were writing a novel. Is that your first?
It's my first novel. I've written several, but that was my first one that I ever started writing, and this has been my baby. I really started since I was 12, but I really started seriously writing it when I was 14. One of my greatest joys is when you have a friend, even if you never get super famous, if you have a friend that enjoys your story and you enjoy talking about the characters, and then watch them talk about that book and get to see it affect them in a positive way. That's part of what I like about what you do. You kind of like are looking for those things that, you know, people can agree and remember to love each other about.
Right. Why do you think, because again, we know people that say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to write this book, I'm going to do this great thing. Everybody has the great thing.
Yeah.
But not everybody does it. What would you say to people that have the great thing floating around, that haven't taken the step you have?
Well, it's something that you really want to do, and you're just letting distractions get in the way, like, oh, I'll get to it. You have to do it today. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You have to do it today.
Can you finish one sentence as they're made for a writer?
Oh dear.
Love is?
Unconditional, truthful, and righteous.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Early the next morning, having had enough of the rush and hurry of the interstate, we take it easy through loading up and even stop for a few sundries.
Shop smart. Shop S-Mart.
Including fresh bubble gum and extra water for a long, slow, enjoyable ride through the rural Indiana countryside, enjoying the sights, smells, and rolling feel of perfect blue line highways and increasingly backcountry roads.
Well, we're not on the interstate.
That lead us to, where are we again?
2 miles away from where we need to get to be able to turn, to get to the next 3 turns, to get close to where our destination might be. And there's some corn.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, we're not lost so much as reorganizing our direction. Right past the stump.
Fortunately, past the stump were a few more prominent landmarks leading us across and then along the Ohio River and then southeast to Lexington, Kentucky, and the loving arms of my Aunt Sonia and Uncle Jim.
Goodness, how good to see you!
After tucking in for the night with family, we treated the bikes to a morning wash.
And I could take your shirt off and run the water over your chest?
A jaunt in the family car then took us to a local church, ringing with the dulcet tones of song.
Okay, the dulcet tones came after the warm-ups, as the voices of the Kentuckians barbershop chorus blossomed.
Singing for you in that barbershop style, it's the sound we love so well. Just listen to those chords as they ring, they're the kind we love to sing. We're singing for you with a smile, 'cause we're singing in that barbershop style.
As the chorus introduced and began learning a new piece for the winter holidays, the love of their craft and those with whom they shared it, well, sang.
When the winter snow meets the world below, hating fields
Stop right there.
Not that we're anywhere near perfect at anything, but you've got guys that want to be perfect at it. And so that's like, that helps you and it makes you better. You get better because you want to be better for them.
By your side I'll stay till you drift away.
Wrong chord, but I'll take it.
In a love between a husband and wife, there has to be daily commitment. You know that. And to this art form, there has to be a strong commitment. You have to be really committed to learn all that music.
By your side I'll stay till you drift away.
It's also worthwhile doing community service, going to nursing homes, going to other places where you can turn a smile and make somebody's day.
As I look out in the audience and I see them singing along, I see them smiling, I see children that have developmental disabilities that come to our shows, and it brings a new side to them that their parents don't even see sometimes. They said, "You made my son sing today, and he's never sung," you know.
Soft and sweet.
glad he wore that shirt because that's basically what music does. It brings out the feelings when words can describe it.
By your side I'll stay till you drift away, till my winter lullaby.
But while the chorus was lovely, it's within the quartets where we discovered the real fun.
Oh, goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, true love.
It's obvious that you have deep passion for what you do for this art form. Not everyone does. Why doesn't everybody love this?
In most cases, they just don't know. Like, I had never heard of barbershop, and if I were to ever have any regret in my life, it's that I didn't find it sooner.
Everywhere I go, loving you so.
Part of it is, it's the camaraderie. And beyond that, there's the payoff of when you're ringing good chords in harmony with other good singers. You get that added value of just, wow, that chord sounded great.
You create a very close bond, especially if you're in a quartet. Like, you don't look at the same people the same after you're in a quartet with them.
When you're in a group that's singing, particularly with a quartet, is that your hearts will start beating in the same rhythm.
And there's a bigger message for all of us in how the Kentuckians learn to share those heartbeats, even before they learn to share their voices.
Today's toxic environment where people will get on social media and attack, and talk about their political view, you come here, that completely goes away.
Yeah, it's not relevant at all for what we do, and I can sit with anybody and sing, and it's almost like, we'll just shut up and let's sing. We don't need to know your life story, but we'll draw you in, and then after that happens, then you start building the friendships and things.
Yeah, for sure.
It's almost like then it's too late, right?
And with that fraternity comes a little good-natured brotherly ribbing as well.
Do you feel a familial bond with each other?
Oh, absolutely.
And
except
how would you describe that?
Except for him. So
we would never dream of teasing anyone in our group.
He might be working for the feds, I don't know.
Even if you aren't perfect, you get a lot of laughs out of it and you move on.
Yes, John, that would all get loud.
Nailed it. We should all come in together.
Not this. All right, ready? Together? Either one, just.
Love of music and a love for one another abounded. Yet we had to move on, but not without one final fond farewell from new friends before Love in America took to the road once more.
So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Hey ho. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Bye, my Coney Island.
Take a bow, Tim.
Thank you.